So Rick's gonna kill me here, but I'm gonna give you one of our most high performing text blasting scripts. This is one of the best ones and I want you guys to copy me. So here it is. It's extremely simple and that's why I love it. Ready? It goes by this. Hey guys, Zach Ginn here. I'm so excited to bring this video to you. I'm literally gonna do a complete SMS text blasting breakdown. I've made over hundreds of thousands of dollars this year in SMS text blasting. I think it's still one of the best ways to find motivated sellers and get wholesale deals. I did a video a while back about a step-by-step guide on how to actually get into SMS text blasting, and I was heavily requested to really break things down really nitty gritty. I kind of just gave a step-by-step on how to actually do it for beginners, and this is going to be a complete breakdown. So get your notepad, get your pens out, and let's get into it. Guys, right here is the step-by-step guide if you're interested in just a really simple, broad overview, but this is a complete breakdown. SMS. We need to understand the difference between SMS and direct mail and cold calling and all the other marketing channels. There's marketing channels where we reach out to a seller, and then we have marketing channels where sellers reach out to us. A real estate marketing channel where someone's coming to us is maybe with a bandit sign, direct mail, maybe a newspaper ad that we got. That is when someone's reaching out to us and actually giving us calls. It's a really great and easy way to get deals, but those marketing channels are really expensive. I am big into direct mail. Everyone knows I'm a big direct mail guy, but there is just some direct mail leads that you can't convert sending mail out to them. There's 7, 8, 9, 10 postcards someone gets every single month, and honestly, it's hard with that competition, but with SMS text blasting, I can really get very unique with it. Direct mail is really expensive. SMS has been the greatest ROI for me by far this year, but it's a little different than direct mail because in direct mail, someone's giving us a call. In SMS text blasting, we're kind of hunting. We're really fishing for something. Go to the seller and try to get a response from them to see if they are interested in selling versus someone coming to us saying they're interested in selling. Now, it's a little more work, but it's a lot cheaper and you can still get extremely big, fat, profitable wholesale deals. Now, here's the thing about SMS that was a little different than the beginning of last year, and kind of when I started a couple of years ago in SMS text blasting is there used to be virtually no competition back then, and now things are getting a little more competitive with SMS marketing. Everyone's using the same services, everyone's using the same ad copy, and no one's really being unique. And that is a huge problem with people with SMS. How do you stand out from the competition? That's the first thing we need to really break down here with SMS text. And the true way to beat your competition in SMS text blasting is picking the right list. Yes, guys, so that's the first thing I really wanted to break down here, because from this recording date, I can't really find much YouTube videos on picking the right list for SMS text blasting. So I gotta tell you guys, picking the right list is how you become different in SMS. That's how you beat your competition, because everyone is texting the same exact list and they're doing the same one, and the average motivated seller is getting like 5 text messages a day probably. So how do you stand out? You gotta pick the right list. The right list, in my opinion, is you have 2 choices. You can go the conventional route where most real estate wholesalers do. They do what we call the wide net fishing approach. It's like a big shrimp boat. They got a huge net and they're just netting around the huge vast ocean looking for motivated sellers, and they'll text out 20,000 texts a day and they'll just try to find as many sellers as possible. What we do, what we get a lot better responses with, we act like a sharpshooter. With our fishing for SMS, we go to certain spots where we know that no other fisherman is there, and we go attack that one. So the way you use that for SMS text blasting is we find extremely niched out lists that nobody can pull. These lists aren't hard to get, but most wholesalers don't know how to pull them just because they're not knowledgeable in your market. Most real estate YouTubers out here just picking up a high equity or absentee owner, and that's all you gotta do. But nobody talks about niche lists for SMS wholesaling. So the top ones really here is fire damage properties. They're a lot easier than you think. Number 2 here is go after code violations. Go to your local county and pull them. Tax delinquencies, water shutoffs are another huge list of texts that are really profitable for us. Probates, yes, you can text probates. And go after liens. Going after liens is actually a really good one for text blasting. So when we pick the right list, again, you can get this all using just listrei.com. That is PropStream. That's a free trial you can use. Listrei.com. That's the one that we use to pull our niche list for SMS text blasting. Now that we got the right list, we just got to skip trace it. So I recommend batch leads. Again, if you go to smszach.com, that's the main service that we use. smszach.com will give you 500 free texts, and it'll give you, and then you get a subscription to batch leads to get really cheap and quality skip tracing. So that's it really on the skip tracing side. I can talk for hours about skip tracing, but I just recommend batch. There's a million other services you can use. Even use our free services like True People Search It's a lot more work, and with text blasting, I recommend getting the highest quality data and the highest quality phone numbers too. Next here is finding the right SMS text blasting service. I recommend you just use batch leads. They're the easiest, they're the best. They help you get the best deliverability rate over the other ones. I recommend just going to smszach.com, 500 free texts. Just test out if that's the service you like and go see from there. But I do like batch leads. They're the best for me. They got the best deliverability rates, and they got little spinner tokens, which I don't want to go into a 10-minute rant about, but they change up the text every single time you text it so you don't get caught by the carrier. We upload our list and we're ready to go. But here's the issue. We got to put in our text blasting scripts. Now we're a little stuck, right? What kind of script should we do? Because every wholesaler and their mother and their aunt and their uncle, they're all using the same script. Hi, my name is Zach and I'm looking to buy some properties for cash. Now, I'm telling you right now, if you do that, your results are just going to plain out suck. So what you're gonna have to do here is be creative. So if you go to www.flipwithrick.com/texting, you get some free scripts from me. Again, don't copy these scripts. Here's the issue. I send thousands of texts every single day. So if you use those same scripts, the deliverability rate is going to go down because the carriers are going to just flag it. So you can use those scripts, use it kind of as just some help for your texting ad copy. I know some people aren't really creative with their ad copies, but let me just give you some tips on creating really good SMS text blasting scripts for yourself. Number one, I've said this before, we have to get creative. Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, they're starting to flag some SMS text blasting, which doesn't mean to stop it because the ROI is still amazing. I'm getting deals every month from this thing, so don't stop it, but you're gonna have to get creative. They're starting to flag some terms for you. So this is what I mean by being creative. Terms like apology, bother, disturb, sorry, property records, mortgage, things like that. The phone carriers are starting to flag those terms with text blasting, so we can't use them. Does that mean I can't use these terms anymore? No, gotta get creative. For example, you can't really say the words, do I have the right person? Now, don't worry about memorizing all these terms because batch leads will actually flag it for you, tell you you can't send it like that. But if I can't say, do I have the right person? The creative way to do that is this your place? Question mark. It's a lot less formal, but if you say, I was looking at the property at 123 Main Street, is this your place, John? Now, it's not as formal, but it doesn't get flagged and you can see the same exact words. So being creative in your text blasting marketing scripts, you just gotta use some synonyms and really just get creative with your stuff. I always like to play with synonyms all the time with my text blasting scripts, and the more I do it, the better results I get. So Rick's gonna kill me here, but I'm gonna give you one of our most high performing text blasting scripts. I'm gonna have to delete it after saying this on camera, but you know what? I don't care. This is one of the best ones and I want you guys to copy me. So here it is. It's extremely simple and that's why I love it. Ready? It goes by this. Hey John, this is Zach from City, because you can put brackets from the city that they're in. Hey John, this is Zach from Port St. Lucie. Is 123 Main Street your place? Question mark? I'm telling you right now, there has been hundreds of thousands of dollars made from those type of texts alone. So guys, that's a little text you can use to really steal from me, but I give you full permission to use it. You're gonna have to change it up a little, but that is a really valuable one. So we made our text blasting scripts and we're ready to go. So what's the one thing we need to understand before we text? You're gonna have to understand about the carriers again. I'm gonna say this a million times. The carriers are catching on. So here's the truth here. The first text you send is the most important. Again, I'm gonna say this again. The initial outbound text you do is the most important thing in the whole text blasting process. You know why? Because if you say one thing that gets flagged on there, your deliverability rate is going to be really bad. We want to keep our deliverability rate over 90% and our response rates over 20%. So how do I do this? I do this by using this one simple trick. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm sharing this, but this is what I do. In the first text, you say something really short, simple, and sweet. The point of it is to get a reply back, because once you get a reply back, you can text whatever you want. Just to summarize this, the first text you send has to be very careful, but the second text, once they reply to that text, the carriers think, oh, this person just texted, that means that's not a scammer. They can say whatever keywords they want, we're not gonna flag it. So the second text, you can say whatever you want. Say all the bad terms if you want, it won't get flagged. So the point is just get a response. Once you get that initial response, boom, text whatever you want. So this is the sequence that I usually do when I get my deals. Number one, I use that text, right? Remember, hey John, this is Zach from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Hey John, this is Zach from Port St. Lucie. Is 123 Main Street your place? they're going to respond yes, and then boom, I can hit them with whatever I want. So this is usually what I hit them with the response. Okay, I'm a local cash buyer, and I was just wondering if you were interested in a cash offer for your place at 123 Main Street. Literally, that's all you got to say in the response. And guess what? There's going to be 5 things they're either going to respond to you. Ready? They're going to say yes, and then boom, awesome. Then we can go qualify. They're going to say no, screw you, get out of here, I don't want to talk to you, no. Or they can tell you, how did you get my number? Which we can always reply back with, hey, it was public record, I'm really sorry for that. Are you still interested in selling your house? And then they might ask, take me off your list, which is fine and standard. And then they'll either ask you what, huh? And then you just have to say the question again. So those are the 5 things response rates you're gonna get. Now, if you get a no or screw you, don't talk to me, then boom, we're just going to follow up with them. No big deal. Every month I like to follow up with those big niche lists. But if they say yes, then awesome. Now we're in the money. Now we can start making that money, right? So what we want to do when we get someone who's interested in selling their house, they either say yes or, yeah, I was thinking about a cash offer for my property. Don't text them anymore. Go pick up your phone and start calling them. Guys, you don't want to lose this hot seller. If you get a hot lead, don't start texting like, hey, what's the condition of the property? No, just call them on the phone. That's the best way to get in front of a seller, because the point of SMS text blasting is to get in front of a seller, in front of their house, and have an appointment and get a contract so we can sell that contract to a cash buyer and make a big profit. Once they say yes, we're going to instantly get them on the phone so they're in our CRM, and then we're going to pre-qualify them for the appointment. 4 most important things, again, that you need to know about pre-qualifying somebody for an appointment, or generally just qualifying a lead in general, is you want to understand what their motivations for selling is. You want to understand their time frame for selling. When do they want to sell it? How good of a condition the property is in. Is it in a good condition, a bad condition? Does it need repairs? And lastly is how much they want to sell the property for, the price that they really have to sell it for. Once you get that, boom, set the appointment and we're good to go. We got an appointment, we got a contract, we just made money from SMS text blasting, guys. So that is my SMS text blasting breakdown. Again, if you have any questions, please comment them below. Go to flipwithrick.com/texting to get my free text blasting scripts. And of course, go to smszach.com to get 500 free texts. Thank you guys so much. If you got any value out of this, please like and subscribe again. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Have a good one.